Second page, draw your own. Create a complex design that has symmetrical balance with both line and shape. Okay, so no problem. We already know what shape is. If I mouse down and click on this, awesome. I can grab that. I can play around with my stroke and my fill. So if I want to add different colors, that's totally okay. I have no problem at all with that. By the way, if your color does not show up, see how like I keep clicking and it keeps giving me gray? Just a quick aside. Just click RGB and over here in the color palette. I don't know why that happens sometimes in Illustrator because I do set my RGB, it's RGB ahead of time. So again, mystery not solved. Okay, so there it is. And of course, line, I can just go over to like my pencil tool, for example, and click on that, and I could just draw something. And of course, I need to set a stroke. So I'm going to give this a stroke weight and no fill, and make sure it's just something thicker. So I'm going to make a couple shapes here. I'm not being too, oopsie, what did I undo? Too picky about it. And here's the advice I have. Don't worry about like invading the other space, because I'm going to show you how we're going to use a clipping mask to create something. So go ahead and just make any old design. I'm going to be a little bit lazy here and pull up my swatches because I don't feel like constantly clicking on the different colors. So there are my swatches. It's going to save me some time. And grab that. And now I've got blue. Yay. Okay, and I'm just going to make a bunch of stuff here. I think I'm going to get rid of that fill and just playing around with different colors. Yay. Playing around with the concept of overlapping. And I just realized I'm on, there we are. Okay, and I think I'm going to add a couple more things. Notice how I'm not worrying about stuff that is behind object, arrange, send to back. Yay, and just kind of working on, going back to stroke, just working on just filling in the space. So make sure you have something filled in from top to bottom or side to side, but really fill this whole thing in. And I'll show you how simple this is to do. Now let's add in a triangle here. Click, sides 3, okay, great, awesome. And we'll make it this very lovely shade of pink or purple. Okay, and why not rotate it? And again, object, arrange, send back. Okay, great. So that's what I have so far. I'm ready to use the clipping mask now. Once I have this filled with a design on, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take part of this and I'm gonna copy it and then I'm gonna flip it. And you're gonna be like, what are you talking about, Silver? Well, give me a second and I'll show you. So I'm gonna grab another shape, and it doesn't really matter what the shape is. That's not true. You want it to be a rectangle. Grab a rectangle, and imagine you're just taking everything to the halfway point. So I'm kind of arbitrarily deciding this is about halfway. I could be a little bit more mathematical about it, but I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and fill that in. And then I'm going to go ahead and select everything. Now, please pay attention to the directions. Actually, it doesn't say it up here. I already have this locked, so you won't be able to grab the text, but make sure you don't have text when you do this. And then once you have everything grabbed, go to Object, Clipping Mask, Make. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Just went ahead and clipped it down to the halfway point, and then I'm going to go ahead and hold the Option key down, drag this, and then Object, Arrange, or Transform, Reflect. And I'm going to vertically reflect it, and look at that. So that is how I make, oh look at that, a nice symmetrical design. Looks kind of like a bug's face, actually. That was kind of cool. So that's how you use a clipping mask to make a symmetrically balanced piece. And I had no idea what it was going to look like until it was done. But what's particularly nice about it is that, for the most part, with the exception of this little spot over here, it fits into the square perfectly. Yay.